Welcome to the brand new Heartland RV facility here in Sturgis, Michigan. These beautiful Eddie Bauer travel trailers are already starting to roll off the line. This state-of-the-art facility utilizes manufacturing practices that will change the way these are built for years to come, and in ways we've never seen. Let's check out how the production differentiates these RVs and how Heartland is upholding the values of Eddie Bauer in their manufacturing process. So how do you make an RV with fewer defects that lasts longer and with efficient and sustainable processes that ensure it's still affordable? For the Eddie Bauer facility, this required innovation and technology that improves upon some long-held RV building practices, primarily with the introduction of automation. Now, traditionally, RVs are constructed with a very hands-on approach, right? All the way down to the carpenter within the facility, cutting the wood parts that are to be used just a few dozen feet away on the assembly line. There are, of course, a lot of moving pieces, a lot of manual tasks, and as you'd expect, just a lot of potential for error and defects. The Eddie Bauer units at Sturgis are still built by hand, but Heartland has elevated the process with the introduction of automation from machines like the optimizing saw. This is an RV part maker that calibrates, measures, and cuts parts with precision accuracy while making sure the material gets used in the most efficient way possible and reducing up to 25% waste. In fact, certain settings on the optimizing saw actually allow the operator to identify and cut around defects in the wood grain, like knots, for example, that might compromise the integrity of an individual piece. So parts get cut faster, more precisely, and with fewer defects. Similarly, another piece of automated equipment known as the StoreTech accurately cuts the construction board and paneling pieces for the Eddie Bauer travel trailers in bulk order to not only ensure uniform pieces, but to reduce the amount of time and labor that's required. And when it comes to cabinets, an automated hinge bore machine is utilized to install hidden hinges in the cabinet doors. This not only ensures precision installation, but it reduces the potential to scratch the door face. So what does all this add up to? What does it mean? Well, by automating and standardizing the parts production process for these Eddie Bauer RVs, much of the battle is already won to reduce the potential for defects. And when you start the production process with parts and pieces you know to be accurate, then the more likely you are to catch any possible problems during assembly. This kind of innovation results just in a better RV, and the automation processes here at Heartland Sturgis are another step in a long heritage of Eddie Bauer branded products, as they rely heavily on innovative design to get improved performance. They're better performing and longer lasting. Furthermore, 90% of the production materials at the Eddie Bauer RV plant are housed inside the facility out of the elements, where they're quickly and easily accessible and, of course, avoid any weatherization or damage during transport in and out of the facility. If you visit most other RV manufacturing lines, you'll see a vast amount of components stored outdoor on the lot. Now, granted, many of these components are steel or weather resistant, but in my mind, there's just something to be said about keeping these components in the best shape possible prior to assembly. Along the assembly line, typical quality assurance processes help identify any defects, but there's an extra QA feature here in the Eddie Bauer plant. It has almost an invisible process, and this occurs when each unit's plugged into what's called a buzz box. What this essentially does is test the electrical for any shorts. This helps alleviate a lot of potential problems before they ever occur. Now, we of course know that electrical issues are much harder to fix and detect once the unit's fully assembled. But with this right here, all they have to do is plug it in, and it just provides that extra level of assurance. And at the pre-delivery inspection areas, which are located in the same building, the QA crews get a final chance to inspect the RVs for any issue before they ever leave the facility. But a good production process, right, it goes beyond the machines and the products themselves. The mission has to be consistent among all aspects, including the people, the materials themselves, which is why the Eddie Bauer facility has put an emphasis on sustainability and safety for people and processes. You see, it's all connected, right? The automation to reduce defects, the processes put in place to make a longer lasting RV, eliminating unnecessary steps in the manufacturing process, even how the facility here in Sturgis manages the water has an impact on the RVs they produce. Let's call it sustainability, but essentially what it means is getting more out of each part of the process. In the same way, the cutting machines are designed to optimize materials. They put systems in place to ensure nearly all the water, for example, used during the production of the RVs is recycled. For example, when checking the tanks for leaks, all the water that's used gets drained, goes through a purification system, and then is reused in the next cycle, so they never expend any unnecessary water. I mean, look at all the cardboard that's recycled, not to mention the wood and just about any other product they can recycle, they do. At the end of the day, a better process results in better RVs. And the innovative production processes make these brand new Eddie Bauer units more capable, longer lasting, and available to a larger audience of RVers with just really different sets of needs. The opening of this facility is just the beginning for Eddie Bauer and Heartland, but as early production begins, we already see production, technology, and sustainable production processes emerge that simply hold a lot of promise for what's to come.